I have been driving a truck in America for many years, and during this time, I have faced many such roads and many seasons. The roads are such that there are mountains and forests in some places. During this time, an incident happened in my life that was unforgettable. He tells us that I stopped the truck to rest. I was resting in my cabin, and I put a sheet on the windshield of the truck and also on the side windows. It was snowing there. After resting for a while, I came home and lay down in the truck. I turned off the truck lights, and then I heard someone walking on the snow. Someone comes very close to my truck. The story is very interesting. If you are a listener of my old channel, then you will understand what kind of truck stories I used to upload on this channel. This is also a story of the same level. Listen to the story till the end. You will like this story. Before starting the story, I want to ask that I have heard from many people that the like button is not visible below. The subscribe button and the like button are visible to you. Look, it is visible. If it is visible, why don't you like it, friend? This is your brother's courage. Let's like it quickly. And those who have not subscribed yet, you also believe. You also subscribe. You also must subscribe. I am bringing such stories on this channel that you will remember. So let's move on to my story. Hello guys, I drive a truck from America. I have been driving a truck here for almost 8 years. An incident has happened in my life that I want to share with you. The incident is like this. I took my truck from my leg oil company and left my truck. There were 2 trailers attached to it. Otherwise, we would have reached our destination through the forest. I was on my journey. I had left the city now. The cold was unbearable. I had turned on the heater in my truck, and I was alone on this journey because the trucks there are very strong and fully automatic. The driver is also nominal. Anyway, back to the topic. I was on my journey. I had to travel day and night. It would have been good if there were motels on the way, like the dabas built on the way in Pakistan and India, which are called motels there. We usually stopped at these motels to freshen up and have something to eat and drink and then move on. I used to rarely stop at these motels because we are used to Indian spicy food, and I did not understand the food there, so I kept some food and drink. So I like to go to a beautiful place where there was a beautiful view. I would stop my car and cook food in the truck. After eating, I would rest for a while and then travel further. In this way, I fulfilled my passion for travel and also my profession. Now, the whole day had passed in the journey. It was snowing heavily in the area I had entered. The journey was getting very slow due to the slow speed of the... Anyway, the drivers had trackers installed in the car and were following the truck, and they had a good idea of the weather on the way, so there was no question. We were the drivers, but we drove the truck as if we owned it. Our company was very good. Now it started snowing. It was quite late at night, and the range of the headlights was not much due to the snowfall. I was tired anyway. I saw a place and parked the truck there and thought of having something to eat, and also thought that I should take some rest. Now I have made curtains on the windshield and side windows of my truck. You can call them curtains. I had closed them with these sheets, and now this cabin was completely full and nothing was visible. From outside, I heated the water. Due to extreme fatigue, I decided to eat Maggie. I stopped the truck and started eating Maggie. Well, let me tell you a place where there was one thing. I was there in the forest, but everything was covered due to snowfall that a normal person would have been scared by the full light of the night here if we were used to this thing, or I am not praising myself. But it is true that I have spent 48 years of my life alone in the forest. Then my truck broke down. After 48 hours, I was rescued. That was also a different place, but that place was also a very scary one. That time was also a different one. I will share it with you someday. Not only men used to drive trucks, even girls drive trucks alone on these roads. Well, after eating Maggie, I lay down on the back of the driver's seat of my truck and started using my mobile so that I could get some rest. Well, now the environment outside was such that even a slight sound could be heard. It was very quiet outside. I could not sleep because there was a risk of the truck getting stuck due to snowfall. I had only an hour to rest. After an hour, I had to move the truck from there. Well, I lay down and I turned off the cabin light. I felt like someone was walking on the snow from a distance. At first, my mind did not accept. Then I paid some attention, and yes, there was a sound of someone walking from outside as if someone was walking on the snow. But the tension in it was that who could be here in this forest? As far as I know, there is no forest far away. If there is no population, then who could it be? And the second thing was that those footsteps were coming towards my cabin. I didn't want anyone outside to know that someone was inside the cabin. I held my breath and lay there uneasy. Those footsteps had come very close to my cabin, and then something happened that made me feel as if my soul would leave because my entire attention was on the sound of those footsteps. So I heard those footsteps coming very close to my cabin and stopped. Now, as I had told you, I had made sure that nothing outside could be seen inside and nothing inside could be seen outside. I was silently holding my breath and concentrating on the sound. The one outside was not moving at all, as if he was standing comfortably. Even his not moving was scary. I just wanted to know what he would do. Here I will tell you one. I saw the footsteps from inside both the doors of the truck were. Now believe, there is someone outside and he is not. Time is also passed. Now it seemed that whoever was there was on. Seeing the truck's light off, I felt that whoever was in the truck was not. But if it was, I should have heard his footsteps as he. My mind was thinking a lot of this. Now about 15 to 20 minutes pass and I see that someone has grabbed the lock of the driving door and turned. But that door was closed. My heart started beating fast and I was very scared. No one could have stood so weak outside for so long in such. He was constantly trying to close. I could do nothing but feel helpless. This was the first time I was very scared, and after a while of effort, he opened. Now the same thing happened. Eerie silence, and then I hear the same sound of walking in the. Now someone was going from the driving side to the other. I guess from the sound of foot. Well, now he comes this way and tries to open the lock on that. Now I was sitting in the same sphere and watching all this from inside. I could clearly feel the movement. I thought to myself that he would break the lock and come in it. Now what happened was that after a little effort, he would release the lock, and then the same deep silence. My ears could only hear the sound out. Now there was complete silence outside. Now the same silence continued for a long time. I felt that there was someone or someone. He was standing silently near my. First he tried to force his way into. Then he just stood there and didn't move. The matter did not end there. Now something else. What was yet to happen was that I heard the sound of two more people walking in the snow from it. Remember, I could not see outside. I was only guessing from sound. Now when I heard the voices of these two people, I was even more afraid that one danger was not yet averted, and these two more were They kept walking and reached very close to my cabin where the first person. Now the three of them started talking to each other, but the surprising thing was that they were also talking like fountain. The language they were speaking was beyond my understanding, but in all this, I saw that there was a man, a woman, and a 121-year-old child. Then sometimes I felt like opening the door and seeing if it was a human being. But how could these people stand outside in the bone-chilling cold? I got up from my place and tried to peek outside the curtain to see who was there, and I peeked out in such a way that even if someone was standing outside, they could not see me inside. But when I looked, there was no one outside. I could not see anyone, but the surprising thing was that I looked very secretly from my side, but as soon as I looked outside, the sounds also stopped, and no one was visible outside. I cannot tell you what my state of fear was, but I can only say that I was very close to death. No one was visible outside. So what were those sounds like? Now I go back. I lie down on my back in complete silence and then wait for their next action. I had been here for an hour, so what could I do? Fear created a different current in me. I now felt that they were walking ahead of the truck and going some distance from my truck. I make a plan in my mind that I should sit in the driver's seat, start the truck, and leave immediately because I have to get the truck out of here as soon as possible. If fate was on my side, I had to take care of everything else. I have to remove the cutting from the front. I have to start the truck immediately and leave from here immediately because time was running out or my truck would get stuck in the snow and I cannot risk stopping in such a place. And now I have the chance too. Whoever they were, they had moved away from the truck. I do the same. I go and sit in the driver's seat and without making noise or looking around, remove the curtain and start the truck. I do that and I try to get out of there. As soon as I started the truck, I turn on the headlights. I see some people in the light from a distance, but my focus was on getting out of here, but I wasn't looking there. As soon as the truck started, I put it in gear, and as soon as I started driving, unfortunately, the truck started moving, which meant it wasn't moving anymore. Maybe my truck was Now I saw that those people were turned towards me and were slowly moving towards my truck. I was constantly pressing the accelerator so that the truck would somehow get out of here, but the truck was moving too fast. They were moving towards me. Now they were in the range of my headlight. It was really a woman and a man. They looked like they were corpses, bodies lying in this decomposed body, blood on the nose, mouth, and face. They were very close. They had already reached the spot when suddenly my truck also moved away from where it was stuck, and I moved the truck out of their way and started walking and made eye contact. The kid was saying goodbye to me very innocent. and they were watching me. They didn't read. I moved forward and kept watching them in the side. These three are from behind. They were watching me leave and I left, but the matter did not end there. A lot was yet to happen. The trouble was not over yet, but had increased because due to snowfall, the visibility was very low and nothing was visible ahead. In the meantime, a truck full of black snow moved forward and got stuck a little on the side of the road. Now I tried hard to let you out of this place, but now I tried hard not to let you out of this place. That there is a walkie-talkie inside our truck. I called it to my base and told it that my truck is stuck like this and I am stuck here. So I called there. Now the people who were sitting at the base, my location was coming in their system. So they see on the map that if there is a workshop near my location, they try to contact it and also tell me that from where you are, it is 5 kilometers to the east. There is a workshop there if you go there and get help from them. Because we are not able to contact them, we are also trying to contact them. Well, I tell them that nothing is visible here and the cold is freezing. You have to contact them somehow. I could not tell them the whole story that normal activities are going on here. Well, now it happened, and I started thinking that if I don't do something myself, this is snowing, in a few hours my truck will be so cold that even if someone comes to help, I will be in trouble. I pack myself, put on a jacket, take a heavy-duty flashlight and a walkie-talkie, and go down to find this workshop myself. Now the problem was that I had to go back the way I came, and I saw that family there, husband, wife, and their son. Well, I kept walking, and when I reached this point, when I got there, I saw the same footprints of these 3 people who were heading towards this path. It was a scary thing for me, but somehow I also knew who they were. Now, wherever I wanted to go, those footprints were going there. In the light of the flashlight, I kept following those footprints and kept walking. You probably know how difficult it is to walk in the snow. It took about half an hour to walk, and during that time I was also coordinating with my base on the walkie-talkie to see if I was walking in the right direction. They were also guiding me that I was going right. Then, I saw that there was a house in the middle of the forest, and those footprints were also going inside that house. At first I used to openly follow those footprints, but when I saw that house, I started hiding myself. That house was very old, a very old house, and I hid myself inside. I tried to peek inside the window of that house to see who these people were and why they lived here. Well, I moved towards the window and I don't see anyone inside. Now the thing was that the fire in the fireplace in the room was burning as if someone was still in that room. But I could also peek through the window of the other room. I couldn't see anyone. I quietly came to the main door of the house and then slowly opened the door. I entered hiding myself and slowly examined each room. There was no one in the entire room. I had made a mistake. Although I was walking silently like James Bond, the volume of the walkie-talkie attached to me was full, and then a call came from the other side. Calling Rajesh. Rajesh is calling. Rajesh, why did you stop at this point? Are you okay? Something was about to happen when a dog started barking outside. I could hear the sound of... I felt that someone was coming towards this house. I immediately hid myself in a storeroom and took a deep breath and sat down. I found a place away from the shop from where I could see inside the room. Then after some time, I saw that the same family had entered this room, and they were smelling strangely and whispering in a strange language. But the surprising thing was that they were blinking their eyes and sniffing around with their strange eyes as if they had sensed my presence in the room. The child among them slowly came closer to my storeroom, and now they also came in front of the store. Seeing this, my heart, maybe now they had realized that someone was hiding here. I quickly looked around and I saw a bright lamp in this storeroom. I saw a mirror, and the problem was that there was a mirror. I picked up a heavy object. I don't know what was in my hand, and I hit the light bulb and quickly jumped out of there and fell on the snow. Now I felt that the dog, which was probably coming from the main door of the house and was very aggressive, I could hear its barking and felt that it was following. I quickly ran away and but my life was in. Somehow it took about 15-20 minutes, and after walking, I saw a road as if the locals had made a small road for their... Now I asked the control room, and they told me that there are some houses and workshops, and tie shops and motels. I asked them about... Now I was basically at a place where if I had taken my truck forward, I would have had to pass through the place, but since I had come from the road, it was wise. When I went with them in the car, it took me about 30 to 35 minutes to my truck. Well, seeing my condition, they first offered me coffee. Now, due to winter, there was no question of snow. And then they asked me why I was nervous. They were basically a family, father, son, and their daughters all working shop. Well, when I told them the whole story, they told me that the place you went to was a job. There is a hut, no one goes there, not us. It is a family home. An incident happened to them in 1918. Forest bandits entered their house and killed family. Even today, people can see this family on the highway. They have a child and a husband, wife. But they do not say anything to anyone, but ask people for help. Well, I am telling that story very briefly. They told me in great detail. Now I reached my truck with them, and there they somehow straightened my truck to me. If you have shared your story, then friends quickly comment and tell them how you love story. Hope you love story. Today's story, if you love story, then don't forget to like the video, and if you are new to my channel, if you have seen the like button, then quickly like it. Friends, also subscribe. Take care. Keep me in your prayers. Permission. We will meet in another interesting story. Goodbye.